predicted against FURIA, and I'm sure I'll hear about it from the ESL Brazil account here very shortly.
Yeah, I mean, they love telling us when we're wrong, but when we all pick FURIA and they lose to the Whalers, they're you know, noticeably quiet. But that's fine, you know. Got to pander one way or the other. Let's see if FURIA can bring the level that we want, that we expect into this series. And Inferno being the CT side to start, they go very aggressive. Henny almost baited by the decoy, but a player has gotten down the bottom of mid. Luckily, Liquid are all in ult. Stewie taking the risk, but he gets the reward. He had the bomb and loads of utility with that fight, but winning it out. Grim holding for Banana aggression. He gets a dink, but Art survives the journey. csgo dropping Nat from lower, and he's now trapped. Grim going to move in to finish him off, and this is actually not gone the way that FURIA would have wanted. Vinny needs this kill desperately, and he's been tagged up also. Twist is on 5.
Not sure how Twist lived through that one, to be completely honest.
There's been some lucky escapes in this round already, and he might get spammed. Yeah,
that would be quite the ending to Art's journey in this round, or he gives us a nice 3K right here. Let's see. They don't check. Are you kidding me? Elige with a quick pivot there onto Art, takes him out, and now at least Vinny and Henny to reclaim this B bomb site. We're going to see a bomb plant come through here any second. Waiting in the back lines is Twist with that 5 HP.
Oh boy.
Epic music to just build us in a little bit more to Twist. Headshot finds Vinny, and he does it with epicness. Ladies and gentlemen, it's come down to Henny in a 1-on-3. What will he do with the music blaring and all the spotlights, all the people watching? And now it's back to normal.
Oh, I like that. That was kind of exciting, you know?
Yeah, man.
Vinny switched weapon right before he peaked Twist, so maybe just like the old QQ, and he comes to regret it. But unfortunately for FURIA, Liquid have locked in the round. Nice shot for Henny. It doesn't matter at this point. He's traded by Elige, who does save the day there, right? Killing Art, who was hidden on the car, and then following up with the final frag of the round. Liquid, they deal with the chaos brought to them by FURIA. That aggression down middle. Something Liquid should certainly be ready for in this T side. And FURIA, they might come in with the confidence, but they don't take the pistol.
Yeah, I like the idea of taking alt mid early on in a game, especially against a team that you don't want to run all over you. You don't want to have the FURIA treatment if you're FURIA. And Liquid pick up this first round, so you can imagine that's not the case. Harry now ready to bust into song and dance.
Always ready for that, man. But I do need some kind of beat. Grim. Oh, speaking of beat, and he takes one up towards the top of Banana. And then the trade comes through from Mr. Stu. And we're left in this 4-on-4. But all in all, this is a good start for FURIA. They've even set Art up at the top of Banana again. So they're going to rotate these players that were B back towards this A site. And Art's even going as well. It looked like for a moment, does decide against it. But now he's like, yeah, screw it. It seems like it's going to be A. And he would be right in that assumption. Yuri going to hold the line. They walk into this devastating crossfire in the site. And Henny locks it in with a double. Weapons retrieved, FURIA stealing that round away. That was a great kind of start to the round, right? Finding that first kill at Banana, and then you get traded. You set Art up so that he can solo hold the top of Banana with that Mag 7, and everyone else just immediately rotates towards A. There was a good bit of utility thrown in towards the top of mid from FURIA to deny like the immediate aggression after that Banana fight, and then the rotations get there just in time and have that crossfire set up with Yuri, who was playing up on top of balcony.
Yeah, big oof here for Liquid. And Art's gonna tempt fate. Jumping up and down, doesn't know that there's one of these lethal Tech 9s on the other side. Grim, on the other hand, he's gonna push off the back of some grenades going off. Really putting him out here.
Oh dear. Yeah, late turn, but it doesn't matter. That mag tears through you. And Liquid lose towards the top of B. The bomb under the control of FURIA. Elige did find a pick in ult, or in apartments rather, to a short player. But right now, FURIA, they've rotated everyone. They've got the bomb back under their control, and they're just sitting on it right now. Art with a shotgun, Henny drawing them in. Art's not needed, but he's going to go for it, and the punishment is there. Twist's very quick. 2 CTs still fighting for this position, and csgo sprays them both down. Lovely round for FURIA.
Yeah, when Art turns with that mag, I swear he just domed his teammate. But I mean, the timing is just, it's not there for Liquid in that round at all. See, I just firmly believe that was TK for a split second before reading the kill feed. That's why attention to details are everything, Harry.
And look at this. Oh.
Probably the best time, too, to move us away from, you know, this whole young Stu 2K, this young Stewart 2K, into Mr. Stewie, as has been dubbed, which would lead me to my next point. You guys have graduated from Goon School. You're no longer Goonies.
What?
You're tadpoles now.
Ooh,
nice.
That sounds,
well,
is that better
I
or
feel like
worse?
that's the other way. I feel like we went from at least human to now.
What's next? You're going to start calling us the frogs. Like, I don't know if...
Now that sounds cool.
Yeah.
I guess just depends on the type of frog. I don't know. You guys come up with your own name. You got to stand up for yourself.
Look, sometimes, Trace, we just like to let you steer the ship. And
yeah, and look at the map vetoes. And look how that went down. Even Jason said you guys got to stand up for yourself. And that's when you know.
Even Jason.
Even Jason.
Even Jason.
And if even Jason's saying it, right, then what does that mean? Notice how I'm very prepared to laugh about it when he's not here, but when he is, I won't say a damn
Dead
word.
silent, not a word.
Gonna drop this Molotov at Banana. And that's pretty much it. He does find one with the FAMAS, and that's a nice little tap from Grim through the wall with the Glock. Finishes him off when he tries to run away.
Normal.
Now Grim's very, very happy with himself. He's got a FAMAS here. And Art is alone with the Tech 9 inside of the B site. Like, actually, the guys that are attacking him are just as well armed as Art is. So what's going to happen here? It's all gotten a bit weird. There's a shot from CT. They're hoping that makes them discount Art still being in the site. And this is why we say the Tech 9 is bad, right? Notice how many shots he fired there and how he only got one kill. Oof. Alige and NaV left in a 2-on-3. That bomb ticking against them, but they're fully armed, and Team Liquid, their best gun is a P250. So that's not great odds here for Alige. And he does get dealt with. Regardless, a bomb plant there and 2 kills in a Glock round where the best thing you had was a couple of upgraded P2s. You'll take that if you're Team Liquid. You do a bit of damage, you get an extra $800, and now this first investment is going to have everything you could possibly need as a result.
Yeah, well, we have the AWP for FURIA, right, with casualty sustained. Yeah, Art goes right for it. He's been very, very aggressive to start this map. He's been going for it, sending with the mag, 7 down Banana. Going for those relentless jump shots. Where will he take the AWP? It's going to be a mid-play for Art. 3 on B early. FURIA throwing that util. Art did see someone cross towards B, so that's information. And it's going to make Henny doubt his decision to rotate. He actually stays on the B bomb site for some more. NaV holding for aggression. Nothing getting given, though, with 2 on the A site for FURIA. Twist and ult throwing utility, keeping up presence there towards the A site, and Liquid have this top sandbag smoke to try and fight through. Stewie just walks it, and he's so good at that. May burn, but he takes 2 down with him and opens up the B bomb site. There's a 3rd player in rotation. Art is running. Molly is down, and they're already through it. Grim takes a lot of damage from the spam as well. He's on 11, but plants should be available here. Twist is just a long way away, so that's going to stall things out for Liquid and let FURIA have the chance to take kills with them.
Art was running. Now he doesn't have to run no mo. Got a pretty tight angle right there with an AWP. But he's certainly got some friends inside of the site. Big nade lands on the Twist, but he does get the bomb planted first, and he remains alive in a 3-on-3. Harry, this gets pretty dicey right about here.
Yeah, it gets a little bit awkward, right? But Art drops this smoke to try and give them a line to look through Banana. And now with the smoke falling and the Molotov alongside it, they will get all the kills regardless. It looked kind of bad there for FURIA for a moment, but they're able to run through the side of Team Liquid. They put 4 on the board.
Get an op.
The nades deal with the man at the back of the site. Like, that was key because they couldn't move out. Like, that's why they dropped that smoke there in the first place, to try and give them an avenue to fight at Banana and to fight the pool player. Because I think it was Alige over towards the back of the site, had them like pinned in, or Grim rather, sorry. And then they throw that nade that just deletes him in the back of the site. And then that allows them suddenly all this extra degree of movement to actually move in and deal with this retake appropriately.
Yeah, some great util. Even the molly that kills Stewie, right? He may get the double opener and actually give Liquid the B bomb site, but it doesn't matter when FURIA come in with a retake like that. Liquid back to a buy, Stewie back to the smoke. It worked last time around. And of course, going to avoid those Molotovs, not the nades though. Eats one, down to 20 health. AWP is here, are looking for the kill, and Stewie is looking great today. Another B entry kill for the likes of Liquid. Vinny calling for Henny's help, hiding behind the car as a smoke fades, and he takes another. Stewie trades. There's still Henny here, and Liquid, you can see the hesitancy, right? They know they've got 2 picks, but they're also ready for a 3rd man, as it's such a typical FURIA decision to put 3 towards B early.
Yeah, Stu on real low HP. That much we know. K-Serato has pushed the extremity of the map.
Words are hard today, aren't they, guys?
You know, I feel like I used most of them yesterday and the day prior.
Yeah, basically the same day at this point.
It's true. And now on a new day and a new problem, a new match.
A new B execute.
Yes, well, yes, in a way. Here is that B execute that Hugo promised you all.
Yeah,
Molotovs land first and backside. We're going to see Stewie leading the way.
Oh, it all kind of falls apart very, very quickly. And, you know, I wanted to put the word that didn't mean to come out to good use, in that there wasn't a lot of like pussyfooting around there for Liquid. They just run straight in. They deal with that B play very, very quickly. They dedicate a lot of utility to the push, and so they can't wait around. They run through the smoke that FURIA had down, and they just overrun the players back inside of B.
And pussyfooting is like the original cat jam, you know?
Yeah, in a way,
Yeah,
sure.
kind of, yeah. But, you know, like, yeah, actually,
Opposite, but yeah. No, maybe.
I mean, just try it. Cat jam one time, you know? You just got to try it one time.
That was a nice exec, though, from Liquid, right? They have mollies down on both oranges and second as well. That means even if there's no one there, you could argue like, oh, it doesn't matter. It didn't do anything. Well, that means Liquid can clear the site, and they only have to worry about, firstly, the CT smoke that someone ran through. Coffins is smoked, so backside and new box. Those are the only positions FURIA can play, unless they're smack bang in the open. So Liquid, yeah, nice execute. They clear positions. They take the entries. Stewie again finds another one. And now Liquid up to 2 building into this game. FURIA still with a bit of money left. And let's see what they can do with it.
Smack bab in the Oakenfold.
Smack bang in the Oakland. Yeah. I do miss IEM Oakland, man. Those days. They were great events for NIP as well. Like the only ones that team was able to win for a hot minute.
Oddly enough,
weird.
yeah.
Art boosted up on the head of Vinny, taking a peek down through Banana. And with that deep smoke down to complement this, hell, man, they could even rotate Vinny away. He's just an extra piece of the puzzle here. And, you know, a piece that already exists. So he can move away whenever he wants. And that can be used to bolster this A site. He will stick around for now, though. Maybe rightly so, as Grim is coming back to check the Banana.
And Liquid know at any point they can double back towards B and late execute into this site. Vinny is playing in front of the Hearthfall, so a dangerous position. Anti-flash as well. He's just going to turn when Liquid pop him, but right now looking for A themselves. 5 up in the middle. Where's Grim lining up here? Something sweaty. Nothing, after all. The Liquid want to commit here. They've been given no inclination from FURIA, and they might be scared of exactly what you talk about, Harry, even though it's not come through, right? The solo B AWP and 4 on A. Nice leg for Art. He does eat a nade again, but yeah, FURIA, 3 on this A side, tucked in very tight. Liquid don't know how many players are here, and so they've got to be vigilant with the entries. 20 seconds as they come through. Long is theirs, but that bomb has to wrap all the way around, and Stewie's been dropped on the Banana flank. The info's there. Now they know there's 3, but 15 on the clock, and the entries just aren't coming in.
Oh, but then with the wrap, it's a Legion twist to suddenly secure the site, and now it falls to these 2 B players in rotation. Art is already out from the library. Elige finds him, and it's left on to Vinny. We call him capable, Vinny, because he's very, very capable in these situations. That's why we do it. Elige, however, cuts him down with 10 HP and puts a 3rd on the board for Liquid. There, you know, the presence of those Banana players flanking just makes Team Liquid go, right, we have to go, and we've got to get in now, and it's got to be clean. And in amongst all that chaos, in amongst all that madness, Elige and Twists are able to lock in the site.
Yeah, sick round for Elige. And even though Liquid had the AWP in the previous one, they actually decided against picking it up after Elige gets 4 in the round. He doesn't grab it. Nice kills from him, 10 health as well. And that's broken the FURIA money, right? They were on, you know, a 4, so they're over the AWP rifles and a couple of pistols, 2. So what's the eco plan? What's the strat here for FURIA? Heavy in apps, nice pop.
Immediately, everybody blind.
Yeah.
And now Elige. 13 bullets and a quick switch that he did not mean to do. And you gotta feel bad. Queserato 2 taps him down. They're gonna recover an AK out of that.
So shocked that 2 players were like in his face that he switches to a nade. Definitely not intentional. And that's a free gun given. What will they do with it? You see Furia instantly running B as they know Liquid might try and avoid this AK. Art needs to be quick on his feet. And this is a great round to throw 5 at the B site if you're Furia. Stack it up. Liquid have gone quiet on A. You've peeked down middle. And yeah, they made the right call, but are they going to be here in time? Molly's already coming through again. There's strong executes for Liquid. Boost up could be available for Furia. Let's see what they decide. Art's gone above, and he's going to be able to drop the bomb. Nice stuff. Not backing up, though. Could be his demise. Twist trades him out. Still a man down. Vinny's spamming. He can't hit his shot. The fountain, the water, it blocks his vision. And Twist finally finds out where that player is.
Thinking, like, where is he shooting me from? I think it's because Vinny's missing so much.
Stewie,
he's thinking he's like spamming the smoke. Twist was so confused by that, was so confused, and finally realizes that Vinny was in the site the whole time. His inaccuracy kept him alive longer, but also it's not like it killed anyone on the Team Liquid side, so that's a bit of a weird situation now as this falls into a 2-on-2. Queserato, we got the big Queserato removed by Twists with the flick, and it's left onto a 10 HP Yuri. I think we're going to get a full 10-second ninja defuse today.
Not today, but well, he does have an AK and no HP to run with, and Stu has other plans regardless. So 4-on-4. Even kilter game.
Yeah, look at this. This is Elige quick switching in apartments.
Oh, God.
Fires 1 bullet. Oh, wait.
Wait.
Yeah, the whiffs.
Right,
obviously,
so
the fountain gets in the way a little bit visually. He hit him once, and that's when Twist realized he drops off, he swings round, and he gets it done. Twist died on the exit, right? So that's him. But yeah, got traded. Not a worry. Liquid, very close considering it was against full USPs, but a round is a round. Nonetheless, buy in for Furia. So we back up top, B with a pop, pushing the 3 players of Furia back, and they're going to keep them here as well. Look, Liquid might be going for one of these early B executes. Bomb's been grabbed, but Art is covering the middle. He's going to smoke it off as he knows they could be up ult, and Twist has been patrolling there. Boost. Yep. There it is. But again, back to B for Liquid. 5 players here. Full commitment, and it's going to be fast as well.
Oh, Stewie waiting for flashes. Don't leave anyone blind. They do deal with Queserato, but Vinny here at the coffin's gone as well. Now, Henny was here from the get-go, firing from CT, and he's already got Art here to help him out. But is that going to be enough? Art just runs in. That's kind of wild. Does back out of there after not being able to find anything with the AWP. And I think the reason he just runs it like that is because they were hoping to get a kill to put them in a 3-on-3. And without it, they're just saving. They're backing away. Team Liquid taking the lead now.
Yeah, what's crucial about that strat from Liquid where Stewie's looking at the wall and running really fast is he's trying to get into CT and he's got a hail of flashes behind him that do actually work to the Coffins player, but the reason he dies there and doesn't get into spawn is because Queserato is boosted on top of Newbox. The top of his head and his vision is covered by the roof, and so the flashes don't affect him at all. That's actually perfect for Furia, who shut it down on the first kill, but still Liquid get every other frag on B, push out the AWP, and force a save for Furia. So despite that man going down first, Liquid respond pretty well. And look at this, that close wall smoke, they just run right through it. Vinny gets overwhelmed too. And good entries for Grim. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Oh, okay, he missed. Don't worry. Not the best work we've ever seen from
man,
Art.
Art physically cannot bring himself to do it.
Okay.
Like, even though he's trying, he just can't. Art looking down mid with the AWP now. And while he can't kill a chicken, he's got no problem gunning down a fellow man here with this AWP. Now, Molotov has kept Liquid out of mid for the time being. And NaV is holding for an AWP peak. But Art is going to be the favorite in that head-to-head. Twist's holding ult mid, and it's a very, very slow round here from Liquid. Maybe taking a page out of the Havan Liberty strat book. You know, waiting around at T-ramp, seeing what kind of aggression they get. And is it just going to be another all-in B execute for Liquid? This time, FURIA, they seem to want to get ahead of it. They've put Art here early on. So there's a 4-man hold in B. Like, if Liquid get in now, props to them, because they're going in up against overwhelming odds. But, you know, the downside to that is you're going in up against overwhelming odds. Stewie, it's all gotten a little bit wild. Somehow all the kills come in for Liquid. Grim, I don't know how he would have just done that. Every one of those players was in like different positions and he gets all the kills in a matter of seconds. From backside to oranges to CT, he's dealt with them all alongside Stu, and that leaves Yuri having a save.
I think Liquid fans would call that one a blessing. It all worked out in the end. 6 on the board for Liquid. We're going to see Yuri save the Sim4 on the opposite side of the map. I don't know that he's going to be saving it today, though.
Yeah, it was a bit of a mess for FURIA, right? Everyone fighting through the CT smokes. Liquid seem very ready to deal with these swings. Every time FURIA have run through CT smoke on B, Liquid have won that kill through and through. And this time it's 2 from Grim into that position, a 3rd on the site.
Tactical timeout for FURIA now, as they discuss how to keep themselves in this first half. They start off real strong here. They win that 2nd round, that ever-coveted 2nd round win after losing the pistol.
Yeah, and FURIA getting mollied out again from those close positions on B. So these executes onto the B-bomb site are proving to be a bit of a problem for FURIA. Don't really see them struggling so much on the CT side of this map, and it is their pick in the series. So worrying start, but that's great for Liquid fans right now, who, again, are leaning away from this AWP on the T side. They've got an AUG in NaV's hands and AKs across the board, so let's see what the game plan is for FURIA. They put 4 at B last round. It wasn't enough. Back to 3 here. And Liquid know setting this precedent of abusing the B bomb site is going to mean at one point they can go for a quick A attack. And FURIA might have limited members here. This could be one of them. Art goes aggressive down ult, or at least to try and peek it. And naf takes him down. He runs through the Molotov in bottom mid, and Art never saw it. So an advantage for Liquid yet again.
Ooh, Yuri goes for 1, and he's going to put up a real stellar hold here down in the pit. 4 in the round, looking for the ace. Probably not going to get it. If I had to guess, someone in the site might steal it away. I'm looking at you, Henny and Keserato. Yuri chases it down, and he puts 5 up in the round. That's really sick, man. Yuri's had to save in so many of these B execute rounds. I've started to feel bad for him. And then, like, finally an A play comes in and you get to see why he is such a brilliant A site anchor from down in the pit. He just locks in the round single-handedly. That's all he had to do.
Yeah.
And that's great, man. Like, you know, he hasn't really got to play in the last 3 rounds. Just hasn't really got to do anything. And so finally is given his chance. And my oh my, does he step up and rise to the occasion. Can't imagine we're going to see Liquid fall back into that A play anytime soon.
No flashes into that A site, right? That was a crucial difference. Liquid had the mollies, they forced them out the pit, they had the close smoke, but no flashes. And so FURIA, they can just see everything and steal it away. Just back up top B for Stewie. He's got popped up. Henny still wins that fight fully white. He can't see a thing. That's a great stop for FURIA again, but he's trapped in the corner, and now he's going to go down. Oh, runs through the smoke. He's been getting punished for this in this game so far. Vinny does escape, who is hidden at the sandbags, grabbing the AWP on his way out, but might want to give this one up with another flash for Liquid. If he does, FURIA, oh no, they've fallen for it. They've rotated another man over, and Liquid, this is a great call. Back to A, very, very quick on their feet. They can cut off long as well and even kill Keserato, throwing more spanners in the works as he rotates back into the CT spawn. Vinny alongside him. Orb's been dropped back. FURIA are looking for the rifles, and Keserato, if he makes noise, Liquid should be ready. I think he has.
Oh, Yuri, can he do it again? First man falls going into the pit, and Yuri looking for even more, but Twist just runs up on him. Actively was looking for that fight. Didn't want to keep the pressure of a man in pit in the round, and so they just deal with it. Leave it all on Vinny. And NaVi is there to lock it in. One thing I will say, right, is if I'm Team Liquid here, and really if I'm any of the top teams in NA that have been struggling with FURIA, I look at how well a lot of these MDL teams did against the FURIA squad and what they did. And you know, you think about it, like, yeah, FURIA, they did beat every team they had to beat, right? But one thing was kind of in common in a lot of those series, and that is that they felt a lot closer than they should have, right? When you think about the kind of caliber that we view FURIA at. And it felt like all that those MDL teams were doing whenever they faced FURIA was just kind of waiting and playing off of the FURIA aggression, right? That thing that's like become very, very synonymous with FURIA. You kind of have to expect the unexpected. And I feel like for a lot of the top teams, they want to be playing like their game plan in these series, right? They want to be playing the game their way and not like playing reactively to the opposition. But it feels like already from Liquid, a lot more of what they're doing is like, yeah, they're running their executes and their strats, but they just seem to be doing it kind of like right away, leaving themselves with plenty of time, so they're never in like these awkward situations where you're forced into a bomb plant. And then just kind of waiting for FURIA, once they throw in these executes in, to make the mistakes, you know, to go for the smoke pushes. Think about how much art has been made to look like a liability in this B site. Time and time again, aggroing through CT smokes, through banana smokes, and Liquid have just waited for it every single round. And I think that's why we're seeing them look so good here.
Yeah, and you know, for Art, he's one of those troublemakers that if you let get into the game, he'll continue to pounce and run all over you, all over the map. He starts dictating the fights, and you've got a real problem. And it doesn't even matter what side you're on. NaVi's going to come away with an AWP kill. And a round that just sees 3 alive for FURIA.
Oh, Twist 6 tense, man. He's reading the fact that K-Serato's coming, but he has to go and group this team to play for the execute. He had one of the smokes, so K-Serato coming in with a backstab. Twist's timing is everything, and he's quartering the flash. K-Serato on the back. Vinny in the sight. His teammate smoked off. He needs to nail this shot, and he does. The molly hasn't spread. He's still standing on 9 health and 9 seconds for this plant. They need to kill, and they've got it now. NaVi has to stick this one. Can Henny win the round? Yes, he can. Through the smoke. He hears it, and that's all he needs. A lead with a trade, but it's all in vain. FURIA find it.
Oh.
Blimey.
Yeah, you see that AWP shot go off, and you just think, how on earth has he precisely and actively stopped that bomb plant? The Team Liquid timeout coming through in this quarterfinal.
Yeah, he just had to hit the smoke show. He had to get the exact angle, and he did. So great work. A necessary shot. And that flank for K-Serato. Twist, he was reading it. He saw Yuri in apartments make a cross. He was watching bridge, kept checking his right. K-Serato comes in from under, and that speeds it up. And just that flank kill in the final few seconds as well meant that Liquid didn't have many members on the site. No one could even cover that plant. And FURIA, even though they win, right, it's still expensive. They lose a lot of players, and well, now they have to fully rebuy. All these guns coming back out. A couple of them SMGs as well. So, you know, Liquid, they're saving for the last round of the half, but they have this AWP that Elige took into the next, and NaVi's bought armor around it. So let's see if this AWP can provide much for Liquid, Harry. You talk about that patience and Liquid waiting for the mistakes to be made. Well, this is a perfect time for that AWP to do exactly that.
Oh, NaVi, there's the opener. And with that, now a weapon can be retrieved over here towards short. Grim's holding on to banana while they're trying to bait Art in. This is a cool idea, right? Like Stewie jiggling the angle in the hope that Art goes knocking and looking for him, and that's where... Oh, the timing on that!
Wow.
Elige has been waiting all round, like, no, I don't want to get it. I'll die as soon as I get the gun. And finally, he's like, okay, it's been 30 seconds. As he goes to pick it up, the nade lands designed to blow the gun away. Does a bit of damage onto him, and then he gets peeked because he's looking at the ground where the gun is.
That's hilarious.
Elige, man, that's gotta hurt. And we're all sorry, collectively. I think even FURIA fans feel for you there, just as fans of the game would, you know? Oh, the timing on that one.
Some would say those are the same people.
Yeah. And, you know, now we got this little B play coming in, Trace. But what do you make of this one? This little setup at the sandbags.
This is a great setup. As far as Vinny's concerned, all he's got to do is come out here and pick up the pieces. Now, for Liquid, going to try to edge NaVi in there with AWP, maybe get something started, but that's not looking to happen anytime soon. Grim, first to fall. They're not going to expect 2 players there, even after they take out this first and look at the bloodbath. Vinny We talk about coming alive in the nighttime. Well, he's done just that. A crazy jumping shot, and we see ourselves in an even kilter last round.
Oh my, he jumps on the sandbags, and that's trying to clear him, and he just goes above and double dinks him immediately. Yeah, and that's a great round to do a setup like that, because while we've seen Vinny on the sandbags a few of these rounds tucked in the corner, they know that Liquid are broke there, so they don't have the Molotovs to clear out that double setup. Art backs up for a good amount of time, able to get a lot of value, and then Vinny wins the round. Orb secured for FURIA for this final round of the half, and Nap is back on a deagle after he bought armor in that previous round. Liquid back to B. It's been a very good sight for them in this game. And oh, he's so blind. He's going to try and escape, but the smoke spam is there. Shui is so close, and he's low on ammo. Art could attack right here and right now. There's the kill, but nothing more. Still comes at a 2-for-1 with Henny finding another, and Vinny's here as well. That triple setup for FURIA finally getting kills, but yeah, they're really trying to full send it here, Trace, and it's come back with a vengeance. Liquid, maybe low, but they're still looking at B.
Full send, man. Relentlessly.
Oh boy. Oh, run.
That's a killer shot from NaVi. Literally, I guess. And now this bomb plant going to come through as well. That leaves FURIA in this retake. The AWP on Henny as well. They do at least have kits on both of these players. And one flash on Yuri that can be used to try and enable a peek of some kind. You know, going to have to be from Henny with this AWP. First going to try and clear out short side, but holding from the pit is a Liege. And he's playing the left side of pit. Crouched down, and Yuri never even saw him. Likely won't be ready for it. Still hasn't seen him. Still hasn't seen a Liege. No idea that he's there. However, Yuri gets up into the site. Elige has missed his timing, and oh dear, it is going to fall onto Elige. Yuri with the lock-in. Gets all three, doesn't even need Henny, just uses him as bait to put 8 on the board for the side of FURIA. This is already a very, very close series though, right? This quarterfinal is set to deliver, and you don't want to miss it. And so if you don't want to miss it, you better be here when we come back from the break in just a moment.
And I can't focus. Yeah, I'm broken. The door is closing. Wanna be a part of something more than this. I've lost control of it. I've lost control. You give me air to breathe. You give me light to see. When things are out of reach, you bring them back to me. Back to me. You see it through. You see it through. You see it through. You see chasing all my dreams out lately. No matter if I try too hard, nothing's ever enough, baby. No, I don't care too much. I don't care.
Oh my, the first half draws to a close and it's 8-7, narrowly in favor of FURIA. All on the back of a pretty little nifty retake there to round out the half. Now this quarterfinal is just getting started, but already it is delivering across the board. We wanted a close affair, we wanted a close best of 3. And you physically, Hugo, correct me if I'm wrong here, you can't get closer than an 8-7.
Oh, well, 8-8 will do it, actually, I think. But that's, unfortunately, Harry, there's not enough rounds in the half for that. So we'll have to see if the pistol gets picked up by the Liquid lads.
Yes, max rounds to 32. I think that's the only thing that makes sense at this point.
Of course.
Right.
Welcome back, everybody. The Intel Extreme Masters. And it's going to be Henny spamming his Glock down this banana. Glock.
4B as well for Liquid. They're going to finally peel back as FURIA haven't committed up banana and they've lost one of their members. So Twist here on the site. He's all that stands right now. And okay, cool. Just get domed. Simple as that. FURIA find the opener. And that's the A site. And luckily the round. Liquid, good luck retaking in a 3-on-5 like this. Arm makes it inside of the pit and... actually, he goes deep sight. It's csgo and Henny in the pit. And this point, even with the smokes fading, Liquid aren't going to get offered up a whole lot. A lead should be covered from csgo, but he's throwing a molly right now. That gives information to Liquid, and NaV gets the kill, but a re-smoke on the long side will be annoying for NaV, who needs to go right through it into this fully stacked site.
Oh, it's a little bit brutal. It's a little bit brutal indeed, and NaV has got no choice but to save. 9 on the board for FURIA. Pistol round locked in. Oh, and they even deal with NaV.
See ya.
Now, we should have a little eco coming up here from Liquid.
And that's not the only thing,
they're
Harry.
actually force buying.
Let's give it a little bit more here and take a look at the pistol round itself. Obviously, there's a little bit of a fight over here at Banana, and well, Liquid fully committed to that one, didn't they? Went in with 3, and that just leaves over here by himself Twist. Now, I think once FURIA, once they realize it, they start to go back to A. It's a pretty obvious, reading of the map right there. So you have to give credit to FURIA for reading that early on, and the domination doesn't stop there.
Oh, Art's already bought the P90 in as well.
Oh, my.
So in case you're wondering where we're at, he's almost killed Yuri with it. Art showing that the P90 is a bigger danger to you than it is to the enemy. Oh no.
Okay.
Oh dear. Oh my goodness. This is not how this was meant to happen. And Henny and Yuri will be here to keep everything nice and normal. Thankfully so. Because what would we do without them? Everything would be upside down. Life would barely even have meaning. And Henny here to deliver all the meaning. FURIA put 10 on the board. And they lock in the anti-force buy.
That was a good slowdown on long, right? They lose 2. Yuri grabs the bomb as a Liquid setup in a 5-on-3. And then FURIA just, or 5-on-4. No, 4-on-3. Got there in the end. And FURIA just stopped there. They hold the smokes on long because they know that Liquid want to continue crunching with this advantage. And that's exactly what they do. 2 players come through the smoke. They both get punished. And then FURIA can just commit to the wrap on A. So... slowing down there, sometimes the right call, even with that Deeg control. Deeg's out for Liquid. Not a lot to show, though, in this round. It's NaV for the Deeg and some P250s. And FURIA spreading out for a default. Bomb drop, T-ramp. Everyone taking control. 2 up banana, 3 in ult. And this is one that FURIA should have through and through, right? Liquid are going to be fighting on the back foot in this CT side. Coming in with the gun round in number 19. And FURIA will be very close to stealing their map pick away. We do have Mirage as the second coming in for Liquid. And I think that sets us up for a 3-mapper if FURIA can take this one away. But that's implying that FURIA are beatable. And many teams have struggled with that in the past. Liquid included. Last 2 BO3s won by FURIA. Last time Liquid beat them, I think Nitro was even in this team. So it's been some time. Rash into B, 3 here. The entry's in. Shuey does respond from atop the fountain. Do they know? Oh, gets close. He does another dink, but the entry's in, and Vinny now can see him as well. Good entries from Vinny. Liquid caught in no man's land. The bomb is going A. That's hilarious because Yuri is chasing these CT players to hunt them down with a Mac. And in that time, Arc can plant on the A site. Liquid is starting to consider, wait, could they have gone back? And yes, that's exactly what they've done. Into the Mac 10 and money made for Furia, finding 11.
Easy peasy. But now, big NAF donning that big op. In a game where big are nowhere in sight. So no puns for you today, Harry. None of that.
That's like my favorite part. I wish Big were here. They always make every game better.
Honestly, we could probably fit in another spawn somewhere around the
Yeah, let's bring in a third faction, right? And then they're played by Big in every series. Like Big are just also in the server, and then they like could win the game, but then also maybe not. They try and beat both teams. It's like a 1v1v1.
Yeah.
Oh, NaV gonna drop that molly. And they do look to come through. Now, that's a mistake that NaV is looking to punish them for. Oh, you want to try and test all NaV boy back in the site? Well, you might come to regret it. He's dropped the bomb with that second kill. And now the rest of Furia grinding to a halt at short side. Okay, Serato goes on a mad dash. And Elise didn't know where he was getting shot from. Luckily enough, Twists is there, getting it all back under control and putting 8 on the board for Liquid.
Like a waves of Furia. One player jumps through the smoke, makes it across. He dies. Another player jumps through the smoke, makes it across. It just keeps happening for Furia.
Hugo, what's your take on like some people online saying things like, Liquid need to make changes? What's your take on that?
Is anyone saying?
Yeah, man. I've
just made a change.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I don't get, man. I just wanted you to explain it to him.
Yeah.
You know, I see this comment so much just floating around. Oh, they need changes. Who the would you change on this team?
I don't know who you would change on this team.
No, that's I haven't seen.
And also, the reason why things have slowed down a bit is because they just made changes.
Thanks, Harry. You got to keep in mind as well, right? Liquid, what we know them to do is to be able to beat the best, like some of the top European teams on LAN as well. And like we're not in that LAN stage yet. I can't wait to see Liquid hopefully at the Global Challenge at the end of the year to show us what they can do versus more European teams. Obviously, that's what we're all missing. We're all missing NA versus EU. All the players have said it as well. They're tired of playing the same 5 or 6 teams over in this region. Right now, Furia, they're having fun with it. They're winning. So why stop? All in control right now. The NA Pro League finals consisted of the Aussies versus the Brazilians.
Yeah, my favorite two
North Americans,
places from North America. Oh, NaV with a killer shot, man. He's been pretty lights out with this AWP so far. I like that we're seeing NaV get to don the AWP more and more. And it does just seem to be more feeling-based between him and Stu. But when NaV is feeling it, this Liquid team starts to look a whole lot more complete as a result. And NaV, 2 and a third. Man, only headshots. You may as well buy him a scout at this point. Can he mop up the 4th? I believe. Get these NaFers believing. Vinny in through CT. NaV looking for another headshot, but instead it's just a regular old body shot, so kind of ruined it all. But still, 9 on the board for Liquid as they get this even closer.
Oh dear, yeah. Yes, indeed, Harry. Furia broken right now up against 9. How does he nail 3 headshots? Obviously, it's all you can really see, but yeah, beautiful stuff.
Very much so.
Just above that smoke. That's a bit of a deeper wall smoke throw. They walk through that, so that gave NaV a little more of a gap to fight. Furia waiting out the util on T-ramp. On top of it for Liquid going down banana. Oh, that nade could be chunky. There's 2 of them. Boom. Oh, boy. It's not that bad, but yeah, Furia running now into the rifles. Stewie gets 2 before he gets glocked out. And Grim has left him, hung him out to dry, but also trying to keep the site up for Liquid, not wanting to lose it with them both going down early. 1 gun given over, no armor behind it, and Liquid rotate a second over. NaV we'll go back towards that A site as Furia haven't committed. The util's down and Elige has plenty more. So Furia doubling back into a 2-man setup on the A site. Both of them still holding mid as well. So no free entry into A. Got to get past Naf and Twists. There's the jump. Oh, they're running at Naf. Twist with some missed shots, but he does get 2 pistols out, and Naf cleans it up. Liquid take a nice, easy anti-eco there. 10 rounds on this CT side.
Yeah, we're going to talk a little bit about that round. It was, you know, the version of jumping through smokes for the side of FURIA, because they're just about everywhere. Plus, I get to play with the walls a little bit, and everybody in CS likes to play with the walls on. Now, we look at this round and we think, okay, how on earth did they come through just so powerfully, so dominantly? And it would have to be on the back of just some smokes being put out in the open here. It's all in the pudding right there, Hugo.
Yes, indeed, Trace. It's been some mad rounds in this map, and many more to follow. FURIA, are they going quick again? They might just do the exact same. Fast up towards this A side. The smokes are out. They're going to dive in through middle. Liege puts a molly down, but they smoke it off, and they're going to go through. This post smoke for Twist, he spams, and he takes Vinny through it. Naf follows up, and he's been great on this A side with the AWP as well. And Liege jumping up for more, and Liquid are lighting up the scoreboard. It's only one man and one man alone, not for long. Flawless round for Liquid. Where has that come from?
It is good to see them, though, like, keeping this so competitive and tying us up now, right? Like, this is making this this whole idea of this quarterfinal that much more exciting for me, at least. You know, because looking at it, I think we all expect this to go 3, but for that to happen, it feels like FURIA do need to pick up Inferno. Oh, got the racing helmet on,
like
steering wheel, pedals under the desk, gearbox down on the right-hand side. You've hired someone to talk in your ear and tell you about laps and timings and all that. And then you realize that you're just using the steering wheel to like control the mouse to click on different Twitch streams. And now you find yourself here in the fan cams, IEM New York.
How's he done that?
What a wild journey. What a wild drive. And I love to see it. Shout out to whoever directed you here.
Ooh, double AWPs out for Liquid.
Run boosted to go for this peak. Sadly, nobody there.
Block.
Smoked off, but Odd's gone through it with the AK, obviously, because, you know, smokes aren't walls. Nart knows that better than anyone. He can't see, though. Stewie going back in. Oh, he ducks under the shot. Is Stewie going to give it up, or does he want more? Wallbang would have hit if Art was still above the logs. They could still hold on to a decent amount of utility for this round.
Sorry, this is what I was saying, and then I got really sidetracked and just went off on some like different tangent. One of the reasons that this is so cool is that Liquid never beat FURIA on Inferno. Just never happened. So, you know, the fact that this is so close, the fact that this is so competitive, and there's a chance that Liquid could take away like a home map for FURIA, then moving into Mirage, a map that's looked really shaky for FURIA as of late, even versus MDL League teams, is both worrying but also exciting. It shows how good Liquid are looking and how they're having to make FURIA work for this. Grim in the back of the site, armed with an AK. Loses his teammate in Stewie, and he's now here alone. Really cannot afford to die.
Oh.
And sadly, as I say it, he dies. They run down this B site, Twists, left all alone, and it's a flawless round for FURIA. So as I'm bigging up Liquid for keeping this so competitive, as I'm saying, wow, we might get them beating FURIA on Inferno. Of course, with pistols, they put 12 on the board, and they keep 5 alive.
That was weird. Liquid throw a flash from CT to let Grim peek. It's a good call. Grim peeks with the flash, and then because FURIA are blind in the pool, they actually just look down, and they avoid the headshots, right? Like, obviously, the other side is if they didn't flash, they might have killed Grim, but yeah, it makes them miss the shots, and then he gets overwhelmed from above. It's very scary being at New Box when T's are flooding in, coming from both sides. Twist trying to save the AK. He's going to get away with it. FURIA want to salvage their own economy here. Even though it was an eco win, they don't have armor. They got some reinvestments to make. One missed shot from Stewie here. Let a player get into CT, and at that point, it just starts getting crazy. FURIA again climb up through that smoke that NaV headshot them in earlier, and the patented deep CT smoke that FURIA often throw. Yuri deals with 2 coming through that. So Liquid, they've loved jumping smokes. FURIA did the same in many of their CT-sided rounds, and we can see how it comes back to bite.
Full-on fan cams. Everybody out in full support tonight. Now, there's a reason we don't mix the fan cams, because it'd be just too hostile, too volatile of an environment for both these mega fan bases. to conclude on one place known as IEM.GG/fancam.
Oh. Stewie, no way he gets anything done here. Surely he's behind Queserato, but he can't see him in the smoke. And yeah, hit by the orb, not the nade rather, as he comes down, put him on 10 health. That was unlucky. NaV going back in with the orb. Oh, very close. Can't give it another go though. This is wild. Double orb T side for Furia. Boost up in the site for Grim. And now Furia should be ready for 2 inside of B. So they turn around and they go back towards the middle area. Liquid trapped in the site and the pit. So long is open. If Furia wanted, they could wrap CT. Obviously, they don't know that. And Liquid have had enough of waiting around, especially with things going quiet now. And Furia grouping B, they're going to re-aggress in apartments. This could be good for them. They could find a free kill onto Vinny, lining up fake smokes into this A site. And at least confirm that no one's going out middle. Vinny's going to do it on his own. Elite just gone into second mid though, and so no one stopped Vinny here. The B play's coming through, and Liquid are trapped. Grim with 1. Elite does kill the lug. The orb not needed, as Grim is getting all the kills from above. Furia, 2 players left up with no grenades, and 25 seconds. Are they going to save here? Because what else can they really do?
Well, Yuri's going to push the envelope a little bit, but will it be returned to Cinder? Trying to slide himself out with a jiggle there. Finds 2 of the kills on the guys in the site. It's just not good enough. Twist will recover an AWP, and that'll go into the NaV's hands, who's sitting 21-16.
Yeah, and it's Grim in that round. He has a great hold. He finds 3 kills from New Box as well. A B execute that doesn't go the way of Furia. Positions that netted them CT rounds are used against them, like Grim on top of the boxes.
Everyone loves to stand in a molly these days.
Sometimes you don't really get a choice, man. The molly just gets put where you're standing, so...
So you're telling me it consumes you?
Yes, exactly that.
Fair enough.
Right now, who's being consumed in this game? It's certainly not clear. Money on the edge, with Eco wins with flawless rounds coming out of nowhere, and no clear victor in sight. This money, well, it could come to a close for the likes of Furia if they lose this round. So that could give Liquid the upset of their dreams.
Of course there's a Liquid in sight, Hugo. And by that I mean a victor. Name is Liquid Nozgul.
Sipping that game fuel.
Perhaps.
Oh, back to it.
Good trading, at least by Art, to keep this one in a 4-on-4 right out of the gate. And now they might just set up for a fast A play. Every single time that Liquid have tried challenging 2 Banana, they've normally had 3 players here. So this is Art trying to make a read, trying to get ahead of what Team Liquid have called into this round. Now NaV this time finds himself A-ward bound, and he's been really, really good with this orb. So dealing with Yuri, dinked in the process, now has to fall back and play in the site. Stewie is waiting for the wrap and gets the better of Art. Twist is going to get Molotoved out of the pit. Now he's really the only guy with much HP inside of this A bomb site, so does need to keep his wits about him. Stewie's holding for a potential CT wrap that could definitely look to come through, especially with Vinny still holding on to Banana. It's not going to, however, and that's largely due to the... actually, I was going to say the lack of utility, but they do have util. They just want to hit this A site. They know that they've dinked NaV already. They know that Stewie was holding for CT, and so they don't want to give away these kills. Instead, going to keep it simple. They boost Vinny up onto the balconies. This is going to allow them to both be peeking similar angles, but from different altitudes, and trade off of one another. NaV, who was dinked earlier on in the round, is now all alone inside of this A site. The AWP tries to chase him, but he's dropped the bomb. There's so little time, and NaV is just wasting time off the clock. He even hits the no-scope at the very, very end. That is a huge round from NaV, absolutely huge. Team Liquid, 13, and with that, they break the money of Furia.
Yeah, his CT AWP has been a saving grace for Liquid in this map so far. We didn't really see any AWPing on the T side. Stewie had it one round when he was dinked, and other than that, yeah, it's been just flat rifles for Liquid. But some B holds, a big A shutdown there as well, dropping the bomb and breaking Furia's money as predicted.
Takes his pick from middle.
Oh.
And
Where did that come from?
what
Was that a team? Yeah, was that a Liege like spamming?
just happened there?
I think it was team damage. Not the end of the world though, but it might be a fast play again for FURIA. Right out long. Nav, he's going to get close peeked. Surely only getting away with one. That's an AWP given to Yuri. Elite running through the smoke. Oh my, this is just getting bonkers. Grim's going to find another. Does trade that kill and drop the guns in the long position. Twist trying to hold on at the back of the site. He's low on ammo. CZ comes in and Twist goes above and beyond. Liquid, they're like, yeah, they're trying to beat FURIA their own game. I've never seen a Liege. He's usually a very calculated player. He just jumps through the smoke there on long to chase down Yuri, who grabs the AWP. It works for one, and then Grim comes in for the backstab in mid as well. So Liquid, hey, it's working, but it's kind of crazy. It's a change of identity, and it's a potential upset in the pick of FURIA, who are being forced to call pauses up against 14.
It's not ideal. But what are you going to go to in your strap book? This is your map pick. Probably do have an answer somewhere deep in there, but what is it?
Yeah, that is the difference, right? There's not been much consistency on this T side for FURIA, right? They've gotten away with some like crazy eco rounds on B. They've won some A battles as well. Most T rounds in this game have been won on B, but Liquid had consistency towards B. Their executes were great. FURIA were respecting them at the top of Banana after the early fight. Ooh. And that, again, that's another consistent factor for Liquid. Naf's AWP finding these picks are dead in the water. Nothing he could have done as the smoke shot comes through. And that is not a good start for FURIA in the most important round of this game so far, right? Money on the line, 15 round the corner. Your pick in the series when you know Mirage has been a weakness.
Yeah, Naf gets that pick, and they're still playing 3 deep over here. It looks like there was some communication as to, hey, this is how we want to approach it. We want to get a player up boosted, do a little bit of a crossfire here with Naf on that AWP at Coffins, and now they're going to try to sprint into the site. This is a big round for FURIA. They need to grab this one. Naf with other plans. Stu and Grim in the pool. Vinny doubling them up, and now a 2-on-2.
Yeah, you're definitely going to be tempted by this one if you're Liquid, right? You've got FURIA at breaking point. Their money isn't ideal either for the Liquid side, but they're buying anyway next round. And so this little fight here between Vinny and Elige, a fight that Elige isn't even aware could come his way, might decide everything. And with Vinny getting away with it, Twist is left in a 1v2, now desperately searching for someone to give something up. Will catch Vinny, but the trade gonna come in from Henny on Nubox. The FURIA reached 13 with one player surviving.
Ooh. That was so weird. FURIA thought he was in the ruins. They were both looking at Coffin side and CT. Comes up late from B, still gets a free kill, but traded by the AWP, and Vinny saves them, right? 2 kills on the entry out of nowhere, kills a Liege waiting in the smoke, and FURIA needed that round. That's the map right there, but now it continues, now it goes on, and Liquid take a breather, playing for full 30.
Mag 7 on Stewie. He's going fast towards Banana. This is about to be a bout. Elige, hello?
How's he done this?
This could be huge as well. Like, that's the thing for Liquid. Anything they can do to cheese around, like if there ever was a time to use a little gimmick to sneak around by, it's right now. There's the kill to Vinny. And even though it's traded right away, you'll take that all day long if you're Elige. Yeah, it sucks that you couldn't get more out of it, but still a 1-for-1 when all you have is a Deagle, taking away a fully bought player on the other side. That's brilliant. And now with more aggression coming through for Liquid, it should be a pretty safe bet at this point in time that it's going to be the B play. And so we see Twists get his running shoes on and start to head towards B. Grim has just got to buy time. I say that like it's easy though. And with 3 players about to come his way, it kind of is anything but, especially with this Molotov on K-Serato that could flush him out from Dark.
They're going to try and clear him fast, and they get the entry very clean as well. No damage done by Grim. Yuri with the bomb plant. Naf on the quick flank. No one's covering it. He gets a chance, but the Mac-10 lets him down, and Henny follows up as the CT smoke fades. FURIA do deal with the eco in hand, but Stewie with a jumping mag, Elige with a flank shot as well. Just unfortunately timed that Yuri was coming through T-ramp. Well, that would have been a chance to get a kill, grab a gun, slow it down, trap FURIA and Banana, but instead they get that kill. And that leaves only 1 player in B. 14 all, final pause for FURIA, and final 2 rounds of regulation.
The closest that Liquid have ever got to beating FURIA on Inferno was 13 rounds.
Ooh.
So already going above that. But you don't just want to beat your personal best, especially when, in doing so, it leaves you that close to having beaten FURIA on Inferno, but still not getting over the line. And so now, all tied up at 14-14, this is looking like one of those games that's definitely got the potential to go to overtime right away. And honestly, I think that would be pretty fitting for this matchup. We got massive performances out of NaV and Yuri. On either side, right, it's like one player above and beyond the rest. And now we are starting to have that extra hero emerging on the side of FURIA, I would say in the form of Henny, right? He's really risen up through the rankings in these last few rounds to find himself second on the board. That AWP starting to come alive on the T side whenever they've brought it in. NaV still keeping up great performances. The CT AWP for Liquid, it's been there whenever it's needed to be. And so now we look kind of down this list. Well, Twist, I'd say he's been holding his own over towards this A site. I'd like to see a little bit more from Grim in the B hole, man. We've seen what this guy can do in this B site when he's got a bunch of guys coming his way. We got a little replay of just the chicken hanging out, having a good time on the treadmill.
Yeah, and you know, interestingly enough, I think now might be a time to point out what you were pointing out there, Hugo, about the money situation, or at least what's transpired in this matchup leading to the current event that we have on our hands of 14-14. Hugo, I think you were pointing out over here around this area.
Well, the entire second half.
Yes,
yeah.
pretty much. You were pointing out this right here. No, I'm kidding. But I'm talking about breaking the money somewhere in there.
Well, what's crucial, Harry mentions, that ties into this, that, oh, yeah, this could be an OT game. We're in a position, due to all the damage done and all the streaking of rounds lost. Well, now, whoever wins this round breaks their opponent's money. So it's likely, not guaranteed, of course, likely, whoever finds 15 is going to close the map, at least if you look at the money alone. But we know these teams can do it with less, so cannot count someone out. Right now, FURIA are the only ones who change in their pockets. Liquid spamming smokes. Top B with 3 for Liquid. The AWP here as well. FURIA do have their own AWP on Henny. Giving up the top of Banana. Are Liquid going to gamble? They're already rotating NaV. Look like more players wanted to join him. Boost up instead. Grim on the top. Stewie. Him being here, when they come in with a B play, he can make noise, then wrap coffins, and the assumption there is that they don't think there's someone on the boost. They think they've seen the CT player rotate, or they've killed him. NaV's going to come into the site instead, as things have just not ended on A for FURIA, when they have, not successfully. So Liquid, this is a good gamble. It makes sense as to why it would be a B play at this point. And again, coming in with a smoke that gives them the one way to fight on top of blue. They're going to walk smoke that. Vinny throws it. And NaV, if he can get into the site, maybe he can stop it. But instead, he's backed up on the coffins. Grim waiting for the cross. There's 1 and 2 for Grim. The mow down above the smoke. NaV going to swing out as well. Vinny kills him. That smoke has been so good to them. And Art follows up from a 5-on-3 to the B site lost. FURIA have control.
Yeah, Stu's the only one with a wedge in right now. And even then, he can't stop a bomb plant. Couldn't even give it a go, a proper go at least. Looking off from spawn, it's Elige. Now that positioning by Stewie becomes pivotal. He maintains a lot of ground there. He's actually going to take down Vinny in the process. Henny still up with an AWP and a blind shot. Takes down Elige. Now a 2-on-2. Make it a 2-on-1. Stewie, the last one to fall. We see 15 go to FURIA first.
Wow.
And Liquid are going to be on 14.
Yeah, that was a 5-on-3 for Liquid, but they still try and, send the message. They still try and push back in. NaV dies to the blue player that is Vinny on top of the boxes. And, other than that one round where NaV gets all the AWP headshots, that position has been so good for FURIA. I love that. They've clearly done some prep work with it, because it keeps giving them one ways to get these B entries, and Liquid don't even know where they're dying from at this point. Oh, my. That's going to be a kicker for Liquid, as now they force up with MP9s up against the FURIA buy. One more for a map 1 for FURIA. One more for overtime for Liquid. Double apps push. Vinny's spamming, but he doesn't hit a shot. They've already crossed past him, and they're going to push into ult. Try and take these T apartments. Vinny's here to deal with it. And Elige and co, they doubt themselves. They second guess. Maybe a good thing, as this is being watched by FURIA. The nades in mid. NaV backs out as well. Util's already dwindling for Liquid. They have 4 smokes left up, and that's really it. 1 Molotov on Grim on that B bomb site. FURIA throwing util towards B, but set up with 3 in mid, still defaulting as they try and bleed Liquid of all utility in this round, and likely will just group up and go for this late B. It's been so good to them, why not?
And as is most things in life, if it works, don't try to fix it. Unless, of course, it's fundamentally flawed, but that's not where we are.
Yeah, but look at this top mid presence from Liquid. Just then, NaV took a little peek down through mid and never saw anything, and so he rotates B early. That's a good read from Liquid. They were holding Boiler and like just outside of middle, waiting because there was spam coming in towards top mid. And then the moment it stops, they take a peek. They haven't seen or heard anything in Boiler, and now they know it's the B play. They've got 4 players here, ready and waiting. Stewie's going to open up as he tries to run them down through the smoke. They catch nap up in the air. Grim looking to take matters back into his own hands is only good for 1, and it's left even odds in the 2-on-2. Twists knows that as much as he would love to try and deny this bomb plant, the most important thing now is to stay alive for a Liege. It falls to Vinny. Does this go to overtime? Does the battle keep on going? Yes, it does. Twists in with the last. It's a team ace for Team Liquid to get us to 15-15 and take us into this first overtime. Man, we said that it was a close series. We said that it was starting competitive, and that delivers in map 1 of this quarterfinal series. So stick around, because we've got more CS. We've got more FURIA Team Liquid right here on Inferno in just a minute.
Smoke clears, I'll still be on my feet, forget all of my fears, cause I know my destiny. I feel a champion waking inside of me. It's in motion, the legend's spoken. This is my moment, can't break my focus, know where I'm going. This is my moment.
Show me an opening in the clouds, and I'll take it, yeah. Reminding myself to just let go. Don't wonder how far I can fall. Don't look down, never fade out. And I just wanna be someone and never fall behind again. Just keep on moving on. Never look down, never fade out. Never fade out.
15-15. We start the first half of overtime here in the quarterfinal with FURIA and Liquid. This best of 3, we've got Mirage thereafter. Should this one push itself to Vertigo, well, then we'll see you there as well. This is the Intel Extreme Masters New York 2020 online. Thanks for joining us, everyone. We're glad to have you. Even you.
Me?
No, not you. The other one. No, not Harry.
Me?
No. I'm talking about that. You in chat. How come you're not in the fan cam? That's what we've got to ask ourselves. We jump in this first overtime round. A lot on the line here.
Yeah, we've seen, I mean, like a million B plays in this game. Nothing less. FURIA, though, they want A right now. They're going to make control nice and early. Liquid actually have 4 here. The reads have been good. They've been stacking B. Ooh. So finally, switching things up, and it's the right call made. Now for the pick onto Yuri. Grim on the arch side. Vinny wasn't ready. And now FURIA, yeah, go back to the B site. It's been good for you. Only one man here to stop it. It's Stu. Here's them coming up and on, calling for the rotate. Grim is here in time. Stewie has nothing but his gun to fight back. He's been flashed off. It's going to slow down Art, but he's still running out with the entry. The molly pushes Stewie into the open, and FURIA have a chance to plant, but the fast flank is in. Oh,
no one's ready for Elige, the unsuspecting man, to come in through Banana and lock it in. Look at that, 16 on the board for Team Liquid. And it feels like they've really wisened up to these B plays. Like, you know, I feel like Liquid, they've realized, right, like, not only have the B holds been questionable at times in terms of what you've been able to do, I don't necessarily think that's entirely through Liquid's own doing at all. I think it's just that the FURIA executing to B is great. And there's nothing wrong with kind of admitting that. And then coming up with plans so that if they do end up just straight executing into B on the back of opening kills, then you've got contingencies in place. And that's what Elige was in that round there. Ooh. With the fast mid-flank. NaV, an absolutely mind-bending AWP shot to open up this round.
Yeah, we've also seen the opposite of that, Harry, where it's like Liquid get to 5-on-3 and then they pop through smokes before FURIA have planted, and then FURIA have a 3-on-3 and they close the round.
That's why I say it's not entirely their fault, right? There are sometimes where it's their fault, but you know, that's often the case. Art is already ahead of this. They were not expecting players that deep. That flash was for Banana, and they are already in the B site. A second man wraps into CT, and it falls to a 3v3 retake again inside of this B site.
Yeah, that was pretty wild. Bomb plant allowed now. Deep smoke for FURIA again. Liquid, last time they saw this, they ran through it with a flash, and Yuri mowed them both down with Tech 9s. That was an eco that FURIA won. Liquid, they've got to flash through, they've got to go for it, but no one's covering it at least this time. csgo tucked back in the ruins. They've got to check the corner. Elige coming through, usually so good here, but csgo doubles up, and Henny swings out off his contact. It's FURIA with 16, immediately biting back. A faster B approach, and one that Liquid can't put a stop to. And he's still there for the last round of the half. This has been pretty equal, all things considered. Orbs out as well. NaV on 30. Yuri close behind. No weak links in this game. No one clear. Art's obviously had some rounds where he's dying first, but not always. And he's been getting a lot of picks as well for FURIA, at least in regulation. See how that continues as sets up in Banana with the AWP. NaV has his 2. Could wallbang csgo out the round, but you don't want to shoot and then get rushed. Okay, now that's a bit of a problem. Art jumps up above the logs to get the information. He gets punished by the AWP. NaV mollied off, has to let his teammate stick around. He can flash for Stewie, but no one's committed to B yet. They molly the corner again.
Yeah, and you love to see that immediate mode into team play.
Ooh.
And Stewie really negating all of that by just jumping out in front of the molly and then catching an op shot from csgo.
I think maybe he thought it was going to fade earlier and he was trying to escape, but they re-mollied it. I don't know if that was like calmed or not. But yeah, he runs into it. He doubts himself, as he should, because he probably would have died through it. Goes back for it a second time around and gets AWP'd. Back to A for FURIA. This is a rare mid-round for them.
Oh, Elige thought he saw something there, but wasn't sure, didn't want to commit. And also didn't want to take that fight because he's got more to worry about. They hear that smoke drop at Library, and now Elige is gearing up for a long fight, but does he know just how many players reside here? There's one. He doesn't suspect the other 2 that move in shortly thereafter. And so it's all on Grim. Last round of OT in this first half of it. So he's definitely looking to give this a go. And with two of these players so low, this is actually like a pretty dangerous round still for FURIA. Now, they should be able to trade this cleanly. A lot of this is going to come off of this first fight between Grim and Yuri. And he does force him out into the open. Now that he's won that, it's a 1v2 versus 20 HP split between two players. And while they are trying to play a crossfire, while they are trying to trade off of one another, Grim is taking the fights to them. Just one bullet needs to land, and he does find it. The defuse, it's going to be close. It's going to be very, very close, but I think he's got it. That's it. 17 on the board for Liquid. And the reason that's so scary is because if that's any other round, especially in regulation, if you're 1v3, you don't know the HP of the enemies and you're probably just saving. But because it's last of the half, Grim's going for that every day of the week. And so it's very, very unfortunate that Yuri ends up being the first player having to take that fight. The Molotov forces him out into the open. And then, you know, while they do have crossfires between these two low players, because they are so damn low, Grim is just able to land one shot wherever, doesn't matter where, with what weapon, onto them, and he wins the round. That's absolutely unreal. Still a really, really tough 1v3, so credit to Grim for making that happen. And Team Liquid in the lead, looking to keep it that way. They chase down Art. It's Stewie winning the openers. Liquid looking to pick up their first Inferno win versus FURIA on record.
I've lost track of how many openers Stewie has had towards B, right? In regulation, he was just grabbing 2Ks left, right, and center, and he's done it again. This is a great call for Liquid. They've stopped in their tracks. They're playing anti-flash, and they're waiting for re-aggression. They don't want these 5-on-3s to fall apart like they have in the past. Queserata flashed in, Stewie turns. Oh, but he can't get the job done. NaV trades, and it's worthwhile for Liquid. 4-on-2 again. More aggression for FURIA. They're just going to keep going for it until finally something sticks. Yuri takes down NaV, but B has been emptied by Liquid, and FURIA have worked that one out. Henny's going to need to go heroic here, but a missed shot as they come up the short side. He jumps on the bike with another. Elise getting close, and Henny hits them both. Twist legged through his teammate and finished off by Henny. Essentially a 1-on-3 back in the pit, and FURIA, they lock it in.
Yeah, and that's one of those. Henny just takes his hand off his mouse. Well, he wipes away a little bit of perspiration and resumes the play. Quite the stellar hold. Look at this. One. He goes for one here. 3.
Ooh.
There's the final nail in the coffin on the round.
Oh boy, this game's not done yet, is it? That was a 4-on-2 for Liquid. Shut down by one man. Stewie aggressed, back up B. Art finally wins that fight. He's been having a tough time in this one. But FURIA, a kill to their name. Do they keep up with the aggression? Vinny does. He's pushed all the way down behind Logs. Art's backdoor back into A. This is a dangerous one for FURIA, right? Think of regulation. Liquid had a lot of good B plays, and they just got punished on A. So to gamble stack A here for FURIA would be a risk, especially when your solo B doesn't have any util. He has a flash. And so it would be nice to have someone come and join Vinny on this site. And there it is, FURIA. Yeah, late in the round, 2 more move over. Liquid, I imagine with 2 mollies, 3 smokes, and a couple of flashes, B is definitely their plan here. Queserata flashing back in. FURIA, even with a man up, they want to go for it, and they've got a Grim blind. There's NaV trying to trade, and they line up for Queserata. 2 for him. Vinny joins the party. Art, his flashes have been good, and now Twist in a clutch of his own.
Oh, they boost up over the top, and Twist wasn't able to spot that. Now Queserata does hop down. He's getting spammed. Him and Vinny are so close to one another. He's walked past Vinny in the smoke. Queserata kills Vinny, but also deals with Twist. And FURIA arrive at map point now.
Oh my!
1 away from taking it after going, you know, 1 and 2 in that first half of overtime. They needed to go flawless here in the second if they did want to pick it up, and now they can.
They've solved this B bomb site, right? It's the re-aggression for FURIA. That's been the answer, as it's netted them so many kills. Even when Liquid have traded it, you know, FURIA have just been going back for more and more and more, and they've shut down Liquid setting up for these B executes that got them a good T side in the first place. Liquid going to do it again, try and go up fast, and this time Art is dead. Oh, Grim doubles up. Stewie's lost in the source, but Grim does damage through the smoke. And you see Liquid trying to tuck here. They're trying to wait. They're like, FURIA, they're going to keep peeking us. They're going to keep fighting. And so we shouldn't give this away for free. They've lost these favorable positions before. FURIA, are they going to gamble? Oh, boy.
Lose this round, you lose the map. Definitely not wanting that if you're Team Liquid. They don't have the banana control they desire. In fact, that smoke's going to keep them out for just a little bit. And only csgo on the other side of that to hold it down. FURIA have had to opt for pretty much a 1-1-1.
Yeah, FURIA just trying to decide where to stack. It is a csgo's come in with the goods. Liquid still waiting in B, still waiting for anything. And this is the slowest round we've seen, I feel like, all game. Liquid finally realized, okay, we need to stop. We need to use this round time, but FURIA might crunch on middle as these players back out. Oh dear, there's Henny. And now that's going to force Liquid into a B play. It's a race to the site. FURIA running into spawn, a marathon as they watch Liquid walk back down mid. All the info is there. Liquid don't know it's clear yet. And so they delay these smokes, but they will eventually come through as FURIA set up.
Lige keeping it in the advantage of Liquid. Looking to take us to another overtime. Can they do it? Yuri and Henny. These two are both, like, respectively between the two of them, had so many clutch rounds for FURIA. And so the idea that it's these two left in the clutch is a pretty terrifying idea for Team Liquid. What's their solution going to be? They're going to try and boost up here. Yuri looking to take this peek, but he makes noise, and now they know. They spot Henny, they know that both players are here, and they swing, they deal with it. We're going to another OT. We just keep playing Inferno. And I'm not disappointed with that. That's the thing, right? Like, as I've said now many a time, Liquid finally wanting to best FURIA on this map. This is the closest they've ever came to that.
It's hilarious watching Lige entry be there. He's running into B, but he's just like looking and then looking at the wall, looking at the wall, because he knows FURIA are going to pop through that smoke, and they do. He avoids the flash and he takes down. I think it was csgo coming in through coffins. Back to a triple B for FURIA. Rinse and repeat the rounds. Stewie eats the nades. Even the spam that has been coming through in wave after wave, and FURIA, they push right down. Henny's found a smoke shot. Oh dear, Liquid have been locked out of the B bomb site right now, and FURIA are going to rotate that fourth man back to A, as that's really all Liquid can do in this round. They've been denied this presence for some time, and even if they commit to A, Vinny could be on a hot flank right behind. He's still at the bottom of B. Dropping a resmoke, trying to play the spam game. NaV doesn't want to do it. He has the bomb. And Long getting taken, but look at Henny.
Lineup twists again. Catching a bullet that wasn't meant for him. Brought down to 15 HP in the process, and a 2-on-5 now for Team Liquid. They are going to slowly but surely work their way up here towards A, where 3 players lie for FURIA. Banana was already taken away from Liquid, so this is really all they have left in their repertoire. Going to drop this smoke. Oh. Art responds with the nade onto Twist. Not even looking into the site. While it's a nice shot to Henny, that doesn't matter in the long run.
All right. The Liquid still want to, battle for this early banana control. That's my question, because Stewie's been getting dunked in a lot of these rounds with nades landing. It's been like 50-50 on who gets that opening kill. Either Art like full sends and dies, or Stewie gets eaten by grenades. And so Liquid setting up an ult this time, not heavy towards that B-bomb site. Art takes a blind shot in middle, and yeah, Liquid go fine. You want it, you can have it. FURIA with 4 on B. Look on that minimap, how many flashes, how many nades are flying down the banana. FURIA take that control, Liquid concede it. Setting up for an A assault. Can always double back to B if things don't go your way. FURIA keep 2 in the banana. No up for NaV. They haven't really been running it on the T side. He's going to flash a Lige in. Art is blind, and that's a good entry for Liquid. csgo re-aggressing though, as he often does, and he gets that trade in the AWP back into the site. Still double AWP being run for FURIA. Vinny on a B flank. He's pushed down to the bottom of middle. He's going to double back. Doesn't want to commit with it as things go quiet. Things go slow, and Liquid could always slink back into what has been their saving grace.
Here comes that slow peek. NaV getting the shot off first. While he does get legged, he does just enough damage. One-man deficit here for FURIA, and it looks like the A bomb site where Liquid want to lay their head. A little bit of a standstill is to keep FURIA guessing, but soon enough there will be contact made. It's just this one player inside of A. Now is the key time to make this hit. And here we go. Smokes out to Arch, smoke in the library. They both pop, and as soon as Yuri turns his attention to it, he gets popped as well. That's an easy bomb plant for Liquid. In a 4-on-2 retake, well, how about that?
Yeah, I mean, you got to save. Even though you got the money and the save isn't really going to make that much of a difference at this point, you know this round's unwinnable. You were double B, you were so far away, and the orb's expensive as well. So players like Art might struggle with money, and FURIA are going to save for him. But here we go. We keep doing it. We keep running it back. 19-all, first to 22. 1 round left of this half.
NaV now the strongest man in A. I'm not just saying over here, running and clearing the A site or in North America. I'm talking about staying alive in the pit at the end of the round with 20-something HP.
Ooh, it's quite a horrible way to go. Impaled through the balcony.
Hugo knows who I am. Interesting, Hugo. Would you like to share with the class?
Yeah, I think that's the guy who's been DMing me on Instagram. So shout out him.
This gets a little deeper.
Enrique, his name is. Shout out Enrique. He's got the racing wheel. But right now, I don't know who's in first place. I don't know who's driving to that finish line.
He has driven right into your DMs.
Yeah,
Yes,
that's the most important thing.
And he's hanging out there, rent-free.
Sure.
For now, Hugo's finicky like that, man. He just slips the charges in quietly in the terms and conditions.
I'll get that done, boys.
Small print.
Right over.
Yeah. But the terms and conditions of this round are potentially another 2-1-1/2 for Liquid, or are FURIA going to be the ones to don it? That can make all the difference in these short little MR3 overtimes.
And this just goes to show Liquid really do like to keep it entertaining, don't they?
Yeah, and they've finally given up with early B. They're going to start flashing in late, and I think that's a good solution for Liquid, right? This game has been a game of solutions, and even though Vinny is playing anti-flash, he looks back into the bullets that come his way. Grim with a double entry, 5-on-3 for Liquid. Henny sees the barrel, and that's the bomb trapped. NaV can't get out alive. Does he know that Henny's here? No one's got that info yet, and so this is a bit of an awkward round for Liquid. FURIA just hoping they don't execute B, but right now all the kills are coming up on this T side. Third frag in the round. NaV loses the bomb. But it's not the end of the world for Liquid. Even though that info is FURIA's, there's only one man here to stop them.
Yeah, and Henny
timing.
Caught with the very unfortunate weapon switch. And just like that, it will fall to Yuri in a 1v4 retake of the A site. Now, you'll know he's nowhere near the A site, so to topple this off, to really stack the odds even further against Yuri here, he's had to rotate all the way through CT and Speedway. But still, he's like, here you go, here's a freebie. If you want the invitation, there it is. It didn't get lost in the mail after all. Yuri, still, really unlikely round, but I don't know, man. Some of the rounds he's given us in this game haven't even felt human, so let's see what he brings to the table here. Over at long, Elige is concealed, and with so much time ticked off the bomb, unless Yuri just straight up started 360ing people, I don't think it's going to happen. Team Liquid, they'll find 2 on the T side. They couldn't do that the first time around, and now they have. Is that what they needed to close this game out? Or is it once again going to be FURIA pulling it back, looking to go flawless? Or, and bear with me here, do we go to a third OT?
There is a chance. And the timing for Henny couldn't have been worse there. He just switches off of the scoped op. It's almost reminiscent of what happened to Elige earlier on in the game.
Orbs out. FURIA have been the only one willing to run a T-side orb. So work cut out for them with NaV on the other side. Art running right up mid with a flash. NaV push back. Stewie doesn't know Queserato is in deep, but dropping off of that boost. Oh dear, he goes back up, and yeah, punishment second time around. Queserato heard the sound. Art going through a smoke with no flashbang, and he's going to get punished for it. Back to a 4-on-4. Tries to jump the gun there. There's the flash that worked on NaV. If only Art had called for it. It could have been a 5-on-3 instead. Even Stevens. Liquid rotate NaV off and then back on. He's not going to commit as this bomb isn't clear on where it's going. NaV Wanting to get that info on mid. Oh, as Vinny turns around, that's unfortunate. He sees the molly, he thinks it's clear, but Naf takes a step right into the fire and then sets up towards B. The re-aggression for Release, punished by Yuri, and now Liquid can't even rotate Twist. They don't know for sure it's an execute into this B bomb site.
There's no more grenades. Grim pops a flash for the top of B. No one's peeked him just yet, and they're holding that angle with an op. But look at the pinch that could come in here. Well, that was the plan at least. Snaf on the case. And here comes that full committal into B.
Oh, Grim, though, unfaltering. Gets that kill and then just escapes. And that's brilliant. Drops the bomb, wastes time in case Serato having to pick it up. And now just waits in the 3v1, knowing that Serato is the man, feeling the pressure. Naf even looking to peek from the coffins. And Serato doesn't realize this, but by waiting longer, he gave even more time for this flank from Twist to come through. Team Liquid, map point.
Yeah, and they've shown solutions to the problems presented them on either side, right? T side, it was going back to the late Bs and actually getting to run their executes rather than just running up and getting chewed up in the banana. And on the CT side, it's when they get these B picks, they don't give FURIA the kills that they're waiting for. They don't pop through the smokes. They fall back like Grim just did there in the 3-on-1 and guaranteed the round for Liquid with that flank from Twist. Naf is nearing 40. He might just get it in this round. We're on round 41. And this game just keeps on giving. Liquid need one round on the CT side to close the map. Is it going to be that simple?
Liquid double up in the back of B. Pretty much say, you know what? If they come here, we're going to fight them.
Naf knows. He just pushed the long smoke. He just cleared it out. So Liquid, again, have this information. They have their early B rotate. An open CT fight. Naf pulls off, but then he goes back in on the flash, taking down the AWP on the other side. Serato is pushed, but they need the kills in B. The time is ticking, and Liquid still have two at the back of the site. Grim with another. Naf flashing his team back in. Stewie peeks with it. He can see the bomb, but he can't get a kill. With Henny tucked, it's up to Grim, who's dropped the bomb. 3 in the round, and Liquid have done it. They've stolen Inferno away from